giving you guys a little tour of what's going on in the garden. This is my first tour for the year, 2023. Let's just say it's a work in progress. This is something that I just put in today. Burgundy okra, crimson spineless, some more burgundy okra. And you can see this is their first day in, so they're getting all settled in real good. Right here, I've already thinned out my strawberries for the year. All I wanted was 5 plants in this one, and you'll see how red those berries are. Up here are some alpines, and these here are Ozarks. Now over here, these are my newbies, and these are the giant Californias. These things put off multiple runners. I mean, one runner will put off 3 or 4 runners. Off of these already, I've gotten 12 runners. So this needs to be placed into another pot, and I can get this as another runner. And I'll have these set up on the opposite side of the garden as well. These are June bearing. Now this one over here, this is another set of the Californias, and they've already started putting on berries. So again, I don't know how large these things are gonna get. I got them October of last year and had them sitting in the garage over the winter time, and I just now put them out. We have some more okra, and this is our burgundy okra, some more spineless, and here we got some more burgundy. And of course we have our garlic, and these I think are elephant garlics mixed in with them, and I'm not growing these particular ones for the size of the bulbs. This is pretty much for pest protection. The okra and the eggplants, as a matter of fact, the Japanese beetles love the okra and the eggplants. I gotta give Miss Linda all the props for this one, because I was not doing this until I heard her start talking about doing it, and I saw how good her garden was looking with those onions and garlics mixed throughout. So I decided to give it a try myself, along with some of the other things that I'm doing. But at any rate, we're gonna see how this works out. Take you right here. Got some echinacea coming up, and these are the red echinaceas here mixed in, and you'll see I use this as a carpet grass, but this is my lemon thyme, and we'll use this in teas as well as the echinacea. Okay. And then we'll come over here. This is one of my brown turkey figs. And of course, you all know how that cold was coming in and out, so it knocked it back. She bounced back from the ground up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and have to get rid of these. Right here, we have some yellow raspberries, and you can see that they're putting on very well. This is one of my wife's favorites. And I always say all the berries out here belong to her, because she loves to eat the berries. I'm not really a big fan of the berries, but these particular ones are very sweet. They get a little darker than this. And you can see I got berries on all these. We have some Black Beauty eggplants, and I'm mixing it up a little different this year than I did last year. So I got my Black Beauty eggplants here, and then I got some string beans in the middle, which are my legumes. And then back here tucked in the corner, I have my favorite, which is my black cherry tomatoes. And then we'll wrap around, and as they start coming up, we'll have the trellis to kind of taper them in to keep them from flanking over into the green beans. One of the reasons why I did this is to allow the plants to work with each other. And by working with each other, I mean, as the green beans start to come up, it'll give some root protection for the tomato plants. These black cherries I really didn't have a whole lot of problems with last year, and that's the reason why I'm growing more of the black cherries. These things are sweet as regular cherries. We have some more inner planting going on, and companion planting, however you want to call it. We got some red Russian kale here. We have some dark opal basil on the outside, and we're using this for some pest protection as well as pestos. And I think everybody's unanimous on this. It don't matter how many of these you grow, there just won't be enough of them. So I have these sugar daddies all throughout the garden. And again, this inner planting, as the red Russian kale grows, it provides a little shade for the sweet peas, which I'm hoping that I'll let them go for just a little bit longer into the season. So as that dark opal basil grows up, it'll also provide a little shade for them. and allow them to last a little bit longer. Here we have some red acre cabbage, along with some more dark opal basil. And right here we got some dinosaur kale. We have a Market More 76 cucumber, and look at what we have right there. We're already putting on cucumbers. And right here we have some Orient Wonder beans, and they get anywhere from 12 to 18 inches. And mixed in with those are going to be our asparagus beans, and they also get 12 to 18 inches. One thing about either one of those, even though they get to that 12 to 18 inches, you still want to keep them down to maybe 12 inches when you're harvesting them. Right here I have the Buddha. I'll rub the belly. Right here we have some of my ginger. They've only been out here for a week or two. And of course they've been in the house all winter long. So I'm not quite sure if they're doing good or if they're doing bad. Got some lemon balm. And I'm gonna also plant some chamomile on each side of this. My wife loves the lemon balm and chamomile teas. We got the same thing as what we have on the opposite side here. And as you can see, I'm doing succession planting. Everything in this bed is larger than everything in that bed over there. Now there's some reasons why that is. I have a video coming up on Hugelkultur, and it's going to give some examples of what is and what is not correct when you're doing these beds and putting logs on the bottom of your beds. And just to give you a hint, this bed does not have logs on the bottom. Look how big those leaves are. And I have a pretty big hand. And again, that's that dinosaur kale. Have some more Orient Wonder beans along with some asparagus beans. And this is another Market More 76, and all of those are draped over our trellis here. The beans as well as the cucumbers will be hanging down. Here we are with some of our snap peas. These are sweet. And these are sugar daddies. I'm gonna take those off. And this is how you want them. That's how you know when they're ripe. And again, I have these spread throughout the garden because we just like to come through, and as we're out here working or doing something, planting, harvesting, this becomes the afternoon or the morning snacks most of the time. I just did the video on my blueberries. The pink lemonade is one of the first to bloom. And one of the negatives about it being the first to bloom is a lot of the blooms get knocked back and they'll have to pretty much start over. So this will put on some fruit a little later on in the season. Got some flowers starting to come in. And this is a pink lemonade. So you have some berries coming in the middle. So your berries will rebound whenever that late frost come in and hit them. Now this is a northland, a northern high bush. It's built for those late spells of cold, and you can see that it lost no fruit at all. You got clusters of berries everywhere on this plant. So this is my second bloomer. Look at all the berries on there. I mean, there's no way that you can look and there are no berries. Right here is the sweetheart. So it'll come in right behind the pink lemonade, the Hello Darling, but you can see all the berries that it has on it as well. This thing is almost as tall as I am. I'm 5'10", going on its third year. And look at all this new growth this year, yet not affecting the berry growth. That's what you want. Now what I'm using to fertilize these are cottonseed meal. So you want to go back and check out my updated video on the blueberries. These are the sweet magnolia snap peas. I haven't seen anyone growing these, not to say that nobody is. I'm 5'10", and I got my hand extended. So we're looking at least, I'm just gonna say 7 feet that these sweet magnolia snap peas grow to. And they are prolific producers. And you can see up on the top here, just as you gaze through all of the peas. Isn't that just gorgeous? Now I'm gonna tell you a little secret. These are actually sweeter than the sugar daddies. Look at how plump they are. That's how you want them. Pull that little string off. That's delicious. You can stand out here and do this all day, but just look at how beautiful these are. They're coming in real well. I love this. And then we'll go over here. Now I want to say thanks to Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick, because I get a lot of inspiration from my flowers by watching Nikki. Now, these here are my yarrows. This has now become my favorite flower, neck and neck with the echinacea. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say neck and neck with the echinacea. One of the reasons why it has become my favorite flower is this made it through those 8-degree weathers. I mean, it went unscathed. It never lost its color. The flowers went away, but the plant itself stayed. And that's what I look for in a lot of the plants. I want perennials that are going to keep coming back every year. So as I learn and as I grow, I can focus on other things as opposed to going back and having to replant the exact same flowers every year. Right here we have a penstemon, or better known as a red riding hood. And it's supposed to come back every year, and it should get somewhere in the 36-inch range. This is my dwarf butterfly bush. It's coming back from last year as well. So you can see where we got a lot of dead branches, but it's coming back from the root. This is going to be beautiful throughout the summer, going all the way into the fall. Right here is a Cooper ice plant, and it's just starting to come back. So I thought we had lost it with that cold that just went by, but this baby has bounced back. Everything over here besides this right here are perennials, and they're going to come back every year. That means less work for me in the garden. Over here we have my elephant garlic. If you come down and look at some of the stalks on these things, we've already done a video on that, so we're not going to focus on that too much. Right here we have our sweetie tomatoes, which are little small cherries. Here's an acorn squash, and I'm thinking about putting a trellis between these. I'm not sure just yet. Got the same thing in this bed here, a sweetie, acorn squash. And here you have another Japanese eggplant. I got some wildflower blends that should be coming up in there. Right here, these are the red echinaceas that are coming up. And like I said, I have those everywhere. I love me some echinacea. And this is a red flame. And I replaced the Victoria because the Victoria died on me during that cold. There's some more echinacea down here that are coming through. These are white echinacea right here. Some more red echinacea here. And then we come over here. This is my Cannabis grapevine. And this was put in last year. And you can already see my Cannabis grapevine is putting on grapes. It's coming in really good. All up and down. And then out here, this is my lemon tree. And this was gifted to me 4 years ago. And we're not gonna give up on it just yet. Look how beautiful and healthy it is. Right now it's about neck high, so which will give it about 4 feet. Very healthy. Done made it through 3 different winters. So we know this is gonna be here for as long as we are. And right here is my Orinoco's. I just got these in October of last year. I got one of them potted up. The other one's gonna go in that pot. And I'm growing these for the fruit, so you wonder why I have them in pots, because I'm gonna be taking them in during the winter time. Now it will come back if I leave it out here, but it'll die back and then grow back every year. But I wanna get some fruit off of this, so this will be one of the plants that I baby throughout the year. Right here we have another brown turkey fig, and pretty much the same thing as the other one. That 8 degrees kind of did a little damage to it, but we still had some good root development, and they're just coming back up again.